I've been meaning to do a video about FNAF for years, man. I was a huge fan of the series when I was younger, and I figured doing a video would have gave me a chance to finish all these games. So I decided now was a better time than ever to make a video about Five Nights at Freddy's. Kinda. I'm only playing the games released on the core collection on the PS4. The Pizzeria Simulator wasn't my thing, and I don't care what anyone says, you cannot convince me that the Ultimate Custom Night game looks fun. This shit looks chaotic. I don't have much else to say. It's time to head back to Timothy Reviews Halloween once again after missing 2 years in a row. Without further ado, let's begin where it all started. Released back in 2014, Scott Cawthon would introduce the world to Five Nights at Freddy's. The content was simple. You're a security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. While on the job, the phone guy will inform us that the animatronics on stage tend to wander throughout the night. Your job is to keep the 4 animatronics, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, from entering your office. The main gameplay loop of FNAF is to survive until 6 AM by locating the animatronics on the camera and closing the door when they get too close. Each night gets more difficult as the game progresses, and the phone guy straight up dies in night 4. Despite this game having a simple setup, I can't lie, I had fun. This game offers a great challenge. I know earlier I said that you have to use the cameras to locate the animatronics, but you really don't have to do that. Just be quick to close the left and right door, and quickly flip up the camera to stun Freddy and Foxy. I enjoy learning how most of the animatronics work. I even beat 420 mode. Yeah, I know I'm like 10 years behind, but give me a break. I was happy. I'm 50-50 on the jump scares. When they catch you off guard, they definitely get the job done, but after a while, you just start to grow numb to them. As simple as it may be, FNAF is still a good game to play. The game is short, and there isn't much else to do once you finish the game, but I still had a fun time with this. FNAF is still a classic. This was way shorter than I thought. I swear, one time I heard Balloon Boy laughing in my sleep, and the shit ruined my whole night. FNAF 2 was released not even a year after the first. Now, I totally understand why Scott was releasing these games as fast as he was, but I think with him doing that, it really hurts the quality of the game. Yeah, so spoiler alert, I didn't like this game all that much. It's ambitious, I'll give it that, but this game is incredibly overwhelming. I know that was Scott's whole point, but I was not having a good time with this, man. Instead of dealing with 4 animatronics, we have 10. FNAF 2 takes a different approach compared to the first game. You have no doors, 2 vents, and a flashlight. Every animatronic aside from Foxy has the opportunity to come in your office. So to make them go away, you're given an empty Freddy mask. I think the first time this happened, it looks cool to see the lights flicker, but after a while it's like, bro, get the fuck out of my office. Unlike the first game, I found myself dying as early as night 2. Even when I found out how these animatronics work, I still wasn't having fun. Now I'm really bitter towards this game for one reason. It's the main reason why this video took so long. Since I completed 420 mode from FNAF 1, I decided, hey, let's try 1020 mode from FNAF 2. This was a huge mistake. The reason I was less frustrated with FNAF 1's 420 mode was that this mode required skill. FNAF 2 is pure luck. I attempted to beat this mode for, no joke, a week, getting more and more frustrated with each playthrough. I put 12 hours into this game, and 10 of those hours went to 1020 mode. I legit felt like giving up until I finally beat the night. I didn't record my audio, but I was yelling so goddamn loud after finishing. Fuck Toy Bonnie! After looking back, I noticed I was close to achieving every trophy that the game had, but y'all, I'm never playing this game again. Overall, FNAF 2 is a bit of a mess. I won't knock the game for 1020 mode because it's optional, but simply put, I wasn't having a good time. Oh yeah, if you want to see my gameplay of me beating 1020 mode, link in the description. It's wild to think that FNAF 1 isn't even a year old yet and we're somehow on the 3rd game in the series. Before I say anything, I gotta give props to Springtrap's design. It's something about it that looks so cool. FNAF 3 is the only game in the series that I've never beaten as a kid. I don't know, the game just wasn't clicking for me. I didn't think it was overwhelming or anything, I just didn't think much of it. 10 years later, which is insane to say, I'm still very indifferent to this game. I have no clue how to feel about this one. I managed to beat the first 3 nights without knowing what to do. Night 5 is where I was dying the most, so that's when I started to understand. To keep Springtrap away from your office, you have to play audio samples to lure them away to different areas. Sounds very simple, but you also have to keep an eye out for hallucinations. And respectfully, these shits are annoying, but we'll get back to these later. To keep you from spamming audio cues and just staying on the canvas for too long, you eventually have to reboot either the ventilation, camera, or audio. Whatever you do not press reboot all. That shit takes way too long. Even with me learning how Springtrap works and how to avoid the hallucinations, I still couldn't get into this game. Well, that was just because I was burnt out from FNAF 2. It's hard to locate Springtrap on the cameras because there's too much static. I hate switching to the panel to reboot certain things because it takes forever to finish. And I can never anticipate most of the hallucination jump scares. I can dodge Balloon Boy just fine, but Foxy always catches me off guard and it's so annoying. Mango and the puppet barely give you a chance to react, especially the puppet. Like, look at this, get this shit off my screen! Anyway, I found out that this game doesn't have an option to set all AIs to 20. However, this game has aggressive nightmare mode, which is basically night 6 again, but more difficult. Oh yeah, I had to rant for a little bit. So initially when I finished the game, I didn't go for the good ending because I didn't feel like playing the game again. I finished night 6 and noticed that the cheat option is still unavailable. I was so confused, so I went to Google to see if I needed the good ending to progress. And Google's AI told me, no, you don't need to achieve the good ending to play aggressive nightmare mode. So then I was like, okay, how do I unlock the cheats?
Where can you go?
So I searched it again, and do you want to guess what Google told me? To unlock cheats, you must unlock the extras menu by completing night 5 and attending the good ending by finding all the hidden minigames. This is why you shouldn't rely on AI. So now I had to get the good ending, and a friendly reminder that I'm playing on PlayStation. And I'm not sure how anyone's supposed to figure any of this shit out by themselves. Not only that, these minigames are oddly specific, but whatever, I finished them all. And I got the good ending. Now we can try aggressive nightmare mode. Yeah, I give up. Overall, I'm honestly not sure how to feel about FNAF 3. I don't dislike the game, but I wasn't having that much fun either. I was also just too aggravated to play through aggressive nightmare mode, so there's that. FNAF 3 isn't bad, but it's nothing I'll play again.
Timothy Reviews will be right back after these messages.
I remember when the first trailer for this game dropped, I was so hyped. My original comment from 10 years ago is still there. For the longest time, I've considered FNAF 4 to be my favorite of the series. I love the nightmare designs for these characters, and I genuinely thought the game was the scariest in the franchise. After you're playing this game, I sort of feel the same way. I love that we're in a different setting this time around. You can check the left and right door for Bonnie and Chica like always. However, Foxy, depending on whether you let him in your room, will sneak into your closet. And little Freddy's will appear on the bed behind you, eventually jump scaring you if they go unchecked. Night 5 introduces Fredbear, and since he's the character who switches between the left and right door, it's up to the player to listen out for his footsteps. Okay, so for Bonnie and Chica, instead of flashing the light to see if someone's at your door like the first game, you have to walk up to the door and listen for breathing. If you hear breathing, close the door until they walk away. If you flash the light when they're at your door, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so the main reason I say I sort of feel the same way is because I'm not the biggest fan of going out to the doors and listening for breathing, especially since I'm not playing with headphones. You have to turn the TV up just to hear anything. It's sometimes hard to hear the breathing, especially within the first few seconds of the night. There's this loud ass clock that won't shut up. Even though I can hardly hear the breathing, I had a lot of fun with FNAF 4. I still think it's the scariest of the franchise. These designs are great. I also think the game offers a decent challenge. Back in 2020, I managed to beat Nightmare Mode. I even have footage of me doing so. Lastly, the jump scares still hold up. I don't know, it's just something about how they're animated that makes this work. I also have footage of me in 2015 playing this game on my phone. Oh my god. I know this is short, but I had a good time with FNAF 4. Despite me not being a fan of listening for breathing on the TV, I still do think this game provides a good challenge and offers great jump scares. While it's not my favorite anymore, it's still fun. Oh boy, I'm not sure if anyone's gonna like what I have to say about this one. In 2016, Scott decided to shake things up with the newest installment in the series, Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. Actually, before that, he released FNAF World, and I don't think there's a way to play this game anymore. I did get a chance to play it when I was in middle school though.
Delete it, cause of how long it was.
I knew this clip would come in handy someday. I admire Sister Location for trying something new. And the game has a lot of great ideas, but sadly, I'm not a fan of this one either. Since we're doing different things each night, I'll go over everything one at a time. Night 1 is just the tutorial night. We're introduced to the animatronics, Ballora, and Funtime Foxy. We crawl through vents, shock some animatronics, and that's it. Night 2 sees us repeating the same tasks as Night 1, until we notice trouble with Circus Baby. The entire building loses power, and Circus Baby informs us that to reset the system, we have to go through Ballora's gallery, as slowly and quietly as possible. I definitely gotta give the game its flowers for this section here. This was tense. I love when you're able to see how close Ballora is to you. Ballora's singing is unnerving, and this jump scare catches me off guard every time.
It seems you are taking a long time. Please proceed as quickly and as quietly as possible.
It's all fun and games until you make it to the breaker room. Here's where you'll have to reset everything manually. While you're resetting everything, Funtime Freddy finds a way to get closer to you. To mitigate this, you'll need to play a sound to keep him at bay. This part of the night is okay, I guess, but if you die here, you go through Ballora's gallery again. This game has a problem with checkpoints, but we'll get back to that later. Night 3 sees us doing the usual, until we're tasked to go through Funtime Auditorium to reach the parts and service room. The encounter with Funtime Foxy is essentially the same as Ballora. It's not as scary. We make it to parts and service, and we're tasked with doing something with Freddy, I don't know. This section offers a good jump scare though. However, once we're tasked with dealing with Bonnie, I lose patience because it's low-key annoying. Just like Night 3, if you die here, you'll have to start from Funtime Foxy all over again. And if you don't know how to do Night 3 properly, since the game doesn't tell you how, you'll be starting over quite a few times. After retrieving Bonnie, you go back through Funtime Auditorium, just to get pump faked by Funtime Foxy. Which, I can't lie, it's a good fake out. Night 4 sees us in the scooping room. Circus Baby has us trapped in their animatronic suit, and all we have to do is wait until the morning. This is, without a doubt, the worst part of the game. No exaggeration, this shit is awful. All you have to do is keep the spring locks wound up, and keep an eye on the minarinas crawling on the side and inside the suit. Night 3 lasts 3 minutes, but it feels like a drag, and no one can convince me that this shit is fun. Let's wrap things up with Night 5, the final night. The night begins with us heading back to parts and service for Circus Baby. She informs us about something bad happening, which is why she's being sent to the scooping room. We're tasked to retrieve this chip, I don't remember, before sending her to the scooping room. As simple as this sound, it's a pain to play on a controller. You barely have a second to press these small ass buttons, and if you mess up once, then you have to start all the way over because checkpoints in this game suck. After sending Circus Baby to the scooping room, we're tasked to head there ourselves. This section is fine. I feel like more should have been done here to make these more tense. Anyway, we make it to the scooping room, and it's revealed that Circus Baby has been tricking us the whole time. Despite how I feel about this game, I can't lie, this was a great twist. I love how you can just see Enter slowly creeping up to the window, and the ending is pretty disturbing. One cool thing about Sister Location is that this game has an ultimate ending. If you ignore Baby's instructions, you will essentially get to play FNAF 1, but it's more difficult. I love the added dialogue from Baby. Almost like she's guilt-tripping you despite her kidnapping you the night before. You finish the night, you watch more of this corny-ass vampire show, and Enter comes home with you. Despite both endings being interesting, unfortunately that doesn't say the rest of the game. Overall, Sister Location has a lot of great ideas, but man does it fall flat. The game's difficulty is inconsistent, some sections feel underdeveloped, and the lack of checkpoints makes some of these a fucking drag. I admire Scott for trying something new, but this could have been better. Oh yeah, I'm not even attempting custom night, that shit looks obnoxious. It's honestly inspiring to see how fast FNAF blew up. Scott was doing this for years, and to see him finally get the credit he deserved is so satisfying. I couldn't care less about the lore, but despite my opinion on each title, I was invested. I've been wanting to do a video for this series for a while now, so to finally get this done, man, I get to relax now.